What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Samurai Radio Sports Network. And today's video is going to be talking about not only the NFL draft, not only the Miami Dolphins, but we're going to throw in a little bit of heat here and there. A little bit. We're at 411 subscribers. Oh, shit. Just kidding. We're at 412. But we're at 412 subscribers. If you guys didn't see my video yesterday, I accidentally saved over the Colts franchise. I lost the file. I restarted it. But it's the Dolphins. It's a long story. I'm not going to keep up to date with that. That's just going to be something that comes out randomly. I'm going to keep up to date with the shit that I want to do, which is random stuff. I would like to thank you guys for your feedback on the Ahkello Witherspoon video. It looks like that got a lot of love, and that actually made me really happy. I know I'm not a scout. I know I'm not the best evaluator of talent, I guess you could say. But I thought it was a cool video. I thought you guys would like it. And it got a lot of good responses. So thank you so much. But when we're going to go through these topics now. And so the first topic is the draft. So we're getting closer to free agency. We're getting closer to the draft. I'm going to start again with the free agency videos tomorrow after the Miami Dolphins mock draft. And then we will be having my mock draft number, I believe, 6 or 7 going out. My mock draft 6 going out on Tuesday. Those will now be every other week, and the Miami Dolphins mock draft will be every week, since that I can do quickly and easily. Doesn't take me that much time. But yeah, so that's updates on that. But when it comes to the Miami Dolphins, now there's one thing I gotta think in terms of the draft and the Miami Dolphins. We'll bring these two together, and not only is that middle linebacker, not only is that outside linebacker, not only is it cornerback, but one thing that I think a lot of people haven't brought up, which is receiver. Now, this receiver core is very, very good that we have right now, but, and I'll put up the tweet here so you guys can see it. It's from a guy from the Finsiders Radio. You guys should know it. It's Matthew from Finsider Radio. I don't know if you watch, or sorry, not watch, but listen to the Finsider Radio. But, yeah. I hope you guys, like, he put out a tweet yesterday. Hopefully you guys follow him. He put out a tweet saying, you'll see it on your screen. It says, let Kenny Stills walk and release Brandon Albert. Move that money to defense. You can still have a nice offense and now revamp defense. And you'll see my comment there as well. It's the third one down, which says, let Stills walk and grab Ryan Switzer, Stacy Coley, or Travis Rudolph. And I think no one's brought that up. There's one guy who I think is a super sleeper, a guy who I could consider a Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola type of guy, and really like a Wes Welker type of guy too. Just someone who is that nice slot receiver, and that's Ryan Switzer. And a lot of people don't talk about Ryan Switzer, but he's a guy who I really like in this draft on top of Ahkello Witherspoon. My next draft video is going to be about Ryan Switzer. But Ryan Switzer is a guy who I really like. I think he is perfect for a slot receiver. He's fast. He can return punts, so we could take Jarvis off of that. He already does punt returning, and he's just a good overall guy. If you guys haven't seen anything for Switzer, you should go look it up. I think that's a great idea, and I think it's best to continue to do that. I don't know about releasing Brandon Albert. You'd have to have a viable option at guard, because obviously that would mean moving Tunsil to left tackle. So you'd have to find a good option at guard, which there are a bunch. I mean, I guess unless you get Kevin Zeitler. But that could be one where we could use our third round compensatory pick. Not a lot of people have been thinking about that. And Switzer's a guy. Stacy Coley is a talent. You could grab him in like third or the fifth, somewhere around there. Maybe trade up in the third or trade up for a fourth. Or you could even go with Travis Rudolph, the guy out of Florida State. He's also a pretty great receiver, needs some polishing, but there's a lot of guys in this receivers class who you could go after. You got Malachi Dupree out of LSU. I mean, there's a lot of guys that we could go after if we lose Stills. And on top of that, we still have Leonte Carroo, who's developing. They like a lot of guys that they have on the roster now. We have the guy. I can't remember his name right now. I don't know why. Can't remember it off the top of my head. But they have a lot of guys that they really like. And then it goes down to the tight end position. And a lot of people keep talking about Deion Sims, how Sims said that Gase wants him back as a number one option. And I'll admit it, last season, after that Monday night game against the Giants, I think the tweets are deleted by now, I think. You'll probably find them somewhere on the internet. But I tweeted that the Dolphins Hall of Famers should go on the field and rip the throwback jersey off of Sims' back. I was so mad at Deion Sims. I was beyond pissed off. Like, he was playing horrible. He wasn't having a great year at all. And then this year, he just shocked me, honestly. And a lot of people are going to say, well, he didn't have that great of a year, but he kind of did. He had a pretty good year. He's a great run blocker, which is what we need, and he can block. I mean, whenever they need an extra guy there, they don't bring in a lineman. They put in Deion Sims. He can block. He was able to stay on the field this year, which was great. No concussion. He had one last year, so he was able to stay on the field, which was great. And I feel like he can be that number one option. Now, a lot of people keep bringing up David Njoku in the first round. I see all these guys from NFL Network. I mean, I used to respect all the people who do the mock drafts, and I come to think to myself, and I'm like, why do you guys keep mocking us a tight end? We don't need a tight end right now, not in the first. I mean, after free agency, if we grab some linebackers and some freaking linemen, then yeah, okay. But right now, we do not need a tight end. It's not our number one priority. I would love Njoku. I think he has a talent and a ceiling that is so fucking high that he could be one of the next greats. I mean, you saw Greg Olsen. His talent level was high as fuck, and he's had arguably a Hall of Fame career. So I think this is a guy out of UM I think we take if and only if we get good grades in, like, I guess not good grades, but good players in free agency. My number one guy in free agency, going on to that, is Dante Hightower. I mean, this is what I think will end up happening with a tight end. Before I get into Hightower, I think a lot of us keep forgetting that Martellus Bennett really likes Adam Gase. I think a lot of us tend to forget Martellus Bennett is a free agent this year. I could see them bringing Martellus Bennett to be that vertical threat they need and keeping Deion Sims as well. I think it's a high possibility. They got some D linemen in the draft or in the free agency pool as well. But I think, guys, make sure keep that on your radar. Free agency starts, at least the negotiating, on March 7th. Keep that shit on your radar, guys. But that's an interesting thing there. And then we go into Dante Hightower. Now, I think that the Dolphins should break the bank for Dante Hightower. And the reason why is I think he's a great run stuffer, and we need a guy like that. I feel he can play great zone. He already plays inside linebacker, so he's not an outside moving in. And he already went to that transition. He was an outside linebacker 2 years ago, moved to the inside under the 3-4 at New England, and has been playing outstanding, and also continued to play the inside once Jamie Collins was sent to the Browns. He's outstanding. I think it's not going to phase him to play a more of a middle linebacker coverage role. I feel like he can do it. He's a great run stopper. If we need him to stop the run, we can. But let's say we do get Dante Hightower, because I really do not think that Hightower is going to be re-signed by the Patriots. I'm telling you, I don't think he'll be re-signed, and I do not think he'll be franchise tagged. I think they'll let him walk and grab a guy in the draft or even in free agency. But I think that's pretty crazy. And I think they grab both Hightower, and then with the 22nd pick, I think they grab Zach Cunningham too. I think it would be a great thing. You got a bunch of guys. You'll have Kiko, Zach Cunningham, Neville Hewitt, and you'll also have Dante Hightower. 3 of those guys can play middle linebacker. 2 of them can play outside, or 3 of them can play outside. I mean, that'll be a nice 4 linebacker core there that I think will be pretty great. But more, enough of my rambling. I hope you guys did enjoy. The Heat streak ended yesterday. It sucks, but you know what? I think it just goes to show the talent that Coach Spo has as a coach. The fact that he's been going with these guys and teaching them the Heat way. I think that's been great. So you guys got to give props to Coach Spo. But I hope you guys did very much enjoy this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I mean, my goal was to hit 500 by the end of the year, and we're growing at an alarming rate, and I would like to thank you guys so much for that. It means a whole lot to me. We're getting closer to 500 every single day, and my birthday is March 5th, so try to help me reach my 500 by March 5th. That would be a great birthday present to me, but hope you guys did very much enjoy. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Let me know who you would like to get in the draft free agency, and what are your ideas on the Heat season, or what are your opinions on the Heat season this year down below in the comment section. And until next time, peace.